Hello everybody. Today we're going to go over the installation process for Cohler Classical. There are really three types of installations I'll show you. The first step, we go to kohlerclassical.com and then just click on the Try Now button. That brings you to the downloads page. The address of that is kohlerclassical.com/downloads. You'll see there's three types of installs: the initial install, the reinstall, and the auto update. Each one correspondingly faster and simpler. Initial install takes maybe 2-3 minutes. Reinstall takes maybe a minute or less. Auto update happens in a couple of seconds. The initial install you have to do just once, and then after that you should be able to use auto updates, and occasionally we may ask you to do a reinstall. So the instructions for each are here. If you click on it, you get a pop-up with the step-by-step instructions, and the instructions are the same whether it's PC or Mac, and the instructions are the same whether it is on being installed into a standard Reaper installation directory or a portable install. And if you want more information about how to do a portable install, you can click here, and on our website we have a video and a description of how to do that as well. Okay, so we're going to do the initial install for now. So the first step of the initial or reinstall is simply click the Download Now button. So we go Download Now, pops up the license agreement, scroll to the bottom. We click Accept under Initial Install for Windows or Mac, depending what we're on. If you're doing a reinstall, there's only one button. So we're doing an initial install first, so I'm going to click Accept here. That downloads a zip file here. Once that's downloaded, we click on it to unzip it. On Windows, you click on it, and then you have to, in the Explorer, you click on the Extract button. Okay, so that creates on the Mac a DMG. On the PC, it creates a folder where you've extracted the files to. Essentially the same. So we double-click here on the DMG that it just created. That creates a new disk volume here that contains all the files that we need. Now, we're going to go back into Reaper to then load this. So I'm going to go into a vanilla version of Reaper 6.10, and the first step is we go to the Actions and Show Action List, which is executed by the question mark. If you already have Cohler Classical installed and you want to do another initial install, the question mark keystroke is the same, but the command is under the View menu, under View Action List. So we're going to Show Action List, and then we're going to click the Load button right here. Then we navigate to the directory where the files were unzipped to and then loaded as a DMG. So here's that disk drive on the Mac. In the case of the PC, it's the folder where you unzipped to. And inside there is a file called install_Mac on the Mac. On Windows, it's called install_win.lua. We select that file, click Open. That puts it into the action list. So you can see it now in the action list, script install mac.lua. It's already selected, so we just have to click Run at that point. Run then installs a bunch of files and then pops up the window. You're in the Configurations directory, and there's a Reaper config zip file there for the version we just downloaded, which is 2012M or 2.012M, and we select that and click Open. It then asks you if you want to import configuration. Click OK. And then it shows you a list of what it's about to import. You just click on the Import button. It imports all those files, and then it'll load it once, and then it'll restart Reaper again. So you wait for all of this to happen. Wait for it to restart. There it goes. It's starting up. Then you'll get the startup notice telling you the Cohler Classical background process is running. Click OK. And now you'll have a Cohler Classical license options window. So here you can either purchase a license, enter a license code, or do the 14-day free trial license. For simplicity right now, I'll do the 14-day free trial license. We click on that, click OK. Now in my case, I've already entered it previously, so my information is already in the database. Otherwise, you would type it all in here. Click OK. It then says success, license added. Click OK. It then shows you your license. Okay, 14-day trial license, when it was installed, etc. Click OK. And Cohler Classical Notice licensing complete. And click OK. And now you'll notice in the title bar of the window, it says 2012M trial expires in 13 days, 4 hours, and 17 minutes. Okay, so that's a fully installed Cohler Classical 2012M with a complete initial install. That's all there is to it. Now I'm going to show you a reinstall. A reinstall is several steps simpler. So this is assuming, actually you can do a reinstall even if you don't have it installed in the directory, but it's usually a reinstall is when you already have it installed. So you therefore then have a command under the edit menu called import configuration. All right. So in that case, we would just import the file, but let me show you how you download it first. So we'll go back to the web first of all. I'm going to go back to the web. And instead of doing initial, I'll do reinstall. So I click accept here on reinstall. And that downloads just the Reaper config zip, not that whole DMG. Okay? And that's in my downloads folder. If I click here, I can say show in Finder just to remind me where it is, but you can see it's right there. It's number 3 because I've downloaded it several times in the downloads folder. It's called Cohler Classical 2012M 3 Reaper config zip. Okay, so now again from inside Reaper, we would simply go to Edit, Import Configuration, and then find where I just downloaded it. Of course, it's the same as this one because we downloaded the same thing twice, but anyhow. So in downloads, there's the file I just downloaded at 8:47 p.m. So I select that, click open, and again we'll go through that same process. Import configuration, OK. Click the import button, and again it's going to reload everything from scratch. It's going to restart Reaper, and there it is, up and running. And again, we need to do the license because this is a fresh reinstall. So I'll do the trial license again. OK. OK. Success, license added. OK. There's the license. OK. Licensing complete. OK. So that's all there is to a reinstall. A few seconds. Now, the auto update is even quicker than either of those. It takes literally seconds. So I'm going to show you that in another version of Reaper I have installed here on a separate directory. So first what I'm going to do so that you can see this is I'm going to put this under 2011M so it'll show you the update automatically. So I'm launching this Reaper. This is going to be running 2.011M, and as soon as Reaper comes up under 2011M Cohler Classical, you see that at the top, it immediately tells you there's an update available for 2012 with a timestamp. So all I have to do when that comes up is click yes. It then downloads it, does everything, and it says, okay, I'm going to reactivate it now. Click OK. It restarts Reaper again, and you're done. So it literally was 2 clicks, and you're done. And now I'm under 2012M, and startup notice, we're running and we're licensed. And the advantage of the auto update is that if you are already licensed, it comes up already licensed. With the initial install or the reinstall, you have to enter your license information. With the auto update, the license information is contained there. So all of those procedures that I just did are also step-by-step documented here on the downloads page. The initial install procedure, click here. There it is for both Windows and Mac. The reinstall procedure is literally identical because there's only one Reaper config zip file, and you just import it, and that's it. And the auto update is here, and that's very simple. You wait for it to tell you there's a new release, and you click the OK button, and that's it. If you're anxious to get a new release and you're running Reaper and you haven't restarted it recently, you can go to the options menu and click check for update in case a new one came out while you were running Reaper. When you click check for update, it'll go check the web, and here it tells us this is the most recent version that we have. Okay? So that's all there is to it. The 3 ways to install Cohler Classical.